Joe, first of all, huge fan of your films.
Thank
Everything
you.
from Pride and Prejudice, Atonement, Anna Karenina. Congratulations on this film. I thought the production and cinematography was stunning. So, first of
Thank
all, congratulations to you.
thank you very much indeed.
Yes, yes. I particularly love the scene where Christian is giving Roxanne the love letters and they're all floating around the bedroom and we
Yeah.
see them floating around Haley. Can you take me back to set that day? How did you do that? Were their letters actually floating around or was it done a
Yeah.
lot in post-production?
No, that was all live on camera. We shot the film in Italy. We had a bunch of Italian guys off camera with great big air blowers and handfuls of letters, and they were blowing the letters up. They were standing up ladders and they were blowing the letters up and then letting them all float down. It was very loud and kind of like being inside a giant washing machine. And Haley managed to walk through it looking ethereal and lovely.
Oh my God, it's one of my favorite scenes in the movie. It's so well done. I cannot not talk to you about Pride and Prejudice. It's like in my top 10 films of all time, and it's still like iconic within the romance film community today. I particularly love the sunrise scene at the end with Kira and Matthew, and just take me back to filming that moment because it's just so iconic and so beautiful. What are your memories of shooting that scene with Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy?
I remember that we all got up very, very early before dawn, obviously, and we were all out there in the dark. And no one could quite see, clearly to do the makeup or whatever. And then we had one shot at it, obviously, and the dawn only lasts a very short time. We were out in Wiltshire. And so we kind of got Matthew with a torch and said, Matthew, just walk over there as far as you can, and could only see where he was by the torch. And then we waited. And slowly the sun started to rise and revealed this incredible mist across this water meadow. And I shouted very loud, action. And Matthew started to walk towards camera. And as he walked towards camera, the birds started singing. And I remember a makeup artist standing near me, just very quietly saying, why can't my life be like this? And it being a very touching moment.
That makeup artist is me because like when every woman watches that scene, they love it so much. Last question for you. Obviously, Cyrano is a musical. You've done so many other, romances, action films. What was like the biggest challenge doing the musical this time around, especially with the live singing that was done on set?
Yeah, all the singing was recorded live on set, and that was, I think, the biggest challenge was to try and avoid the cliche of musicals where you have a scripted, dialogue, dramatic scene, and then suddenly something changes, and it's like a needle drop moment, and everything bursts into song, and there's a completely different atmosphere. And what we wanted to create with this was a sense of a kind of seamless quality, so that we moved effortlessly from speech into song within a single breath.
Well, you did it beautifully. Congratulations to you on this film, and I cannot wait for fans to see it. Thank you so much for talking about Pride and Prejudice. I cannot wait to share that with fans of that film because they'll love that memory of you filming that.
Thank you very much. Lovely to meet you.
Thank you, Joe. Bye-bye. Haley, congratulations to you on this film. I thought Roxanne was just such a vibe, and you had the best costumes to wear, and you have an amazing singing voice. So first of all, congratulations to you.
Thank you. I feel very lucky.
Yeah, I like I said, I love the costumes that you wore in the film, and I'm sure being in such an insane Joe Wright production makes you get into the character even more. But I wanted to first talk with you about the singing, and I'm sure a lot of it was live singing done on set, but a lot of the time, all of it was live singing. So how did that impact your performance? Because a lot of the times actors are singing in post, but here it was done live.
I really enjoyed that aspect and I was excited by the challenge of it. And, our goal with that, we set that intention so that the songs feel like an extension of the dialogue, and therefore an extension of what the characters are experiencing, in the moment. And so, we were never aiming for perfection. We weren't, it's not like a drop the needle, if you're a big fan of musicals, I don't know, this may not be, it's not West Side Story in that sense that, it's very much kind of an emotional journey rather than like we're trying to sound pretty, or in some moments I wanted to sound ugly, I wanted to sound heartbroken, and I feel like that really adds a different layer to the performances, at least for me.
No, I definitely got that vibe. It was like a very organic feeling. Well, I was just talking to Kelvin about this, and obviously, in the film, Cyrano is helping Christian write these gorgeous love letters to Roxanne. I've helped my girlfriends respond back to a text or respond back to an email from a guy. I'm curious, have you ever helped any of your girlfriends respond to a crush, or has one of your friends helped you respond to somebody?
Yeah, I mean, we all have that kind of, with cell phones and stuff, we have the facade of, whatever the phone, there's something in between, we can hide behind technology. So whether it be a friend or, just being able to take the time to craft what we want to say and what we want to project to the world, it certainly, it's a new way of life than when this story was originally written.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just funny responding like this day and age with all of the technology. Well, Haley, congratulations to you. You're having an amazing hair day, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
I can't wait for fans to see this film. I think it's like the perfect Galentine's Day movie too, as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Haley. I appreciate it. Kelvin, congratulations to you on this film. The last time I spoke with you, it was 2020 for The High Note. So I love Waves. So I'm like so excited to chat with you again for Cyrano because I loved your performance in this film.
Oh, thank you.
You have like the best voice.
I appreciate that. That's
yeah. I wanted to talk with you about the sequence, particularly for the song "Someone to Say." I thought that sequence was just so beautifully done. So take me back to set that day, and what was it like filming that sequence in particular? Because the production around you while you're singing is insane, and also were you live singing on set for these songs?
Oh yeah, there's so much to it. I remember one of the first days when I showed up in Sicily, they sent me to a dance rehearsal, and I saw all like 50 not 50 dances, but it looked like 50 dances to me. And they were all doing all these twirls and stuff like that. And I was like, I gotta learn all that. And they were like, yeah. And so then we simplified it a little bit. And I remember the day we shot it, it was just exciting because Joe got really excited about this shot where I would start the song and we'd be doing the scene, and then he would pan away to Pete. And then when the camera pans, I run behind the camera all the way down the corridor, and I end up in the middle in between the soldiers, and when we finish the song, and it is live. So I was like, it was like we had this great vocal coach that taught us about breath support and stuff like that. So I was really exercising my musical theater.
It honestly really felt like you were doing that. I mean, obviously in the story, Cyrano is helping Christian write these love letters to Roxanne. And in today's modern day and age, my girlfriends are always asking me, what should I text him back? How should I respond? So is that ever the case for you? Have you ever like helped a friend respond to, a text or maybe an email, or has a friend ever helped you?
Oh, 100%. Me and my buddies one year, like it was like, I guess 2019. So we apologized to all the girls in 2019 because we were literally just on the dating apps. And we just like, I don't know what to say to this one. I don't have a good one. Do you have one? And we would switch phones. And so I'd be like, I got this one. And then he would have the other one. And then we'd go on the dates and be like, maybe we all should have switched. Because clearly we've connected with the opposite of other people. But it's interesting though, because in that case, you match off of a picture. off of a vibe, and then the conversation happens and you think it's a different thing. And so you would think that just because that person wasn't physically attracted, but you could be emotionally attracted to somebody else, and that's Cyrano in a nutshell, you know?
Yeah, no, I love it. I love it. Yeah, last question for you. I mean, obviously the story is so dramatic and heartbreaking, but I got the vibe that you all had so much fun on set in between filming. What was it like? Did you have like a fun story with Haley or Peter in between filming, or maybe something within your real life friendship that ended up kind of playing out in the movie?
Oh yeah. Honestly, every day with Pete was hilarious. Every day. I will never forget though when we were doing the stuff on Mount Etna. I guess we were all kind of delirious at that point because it was really, really cold, and it was like the end of the shoot. And like Pete was shooting the scene with Joe, and I just for some reason got the big idea to have a snowball fight. So I literally just started like flinging slow snowballs over the mountain, over the volcano, and I just kept hitting Peter in the middle of the scene, and he was like, "Mother!" And so then we had a full-on war, and I was just like, it was fun. And Joe was like, "Okay, we have to work, or the studio's gonna kill us."
Oh my God, I love that. Now when I rewatch it again, I'll remember what you guys were doing behind the scenes. Kelvin, I appreciate your time so much. And again, congratulations to you on this movie.
Thank you so much. Good talking to you, Laura.
Good talking to you. Bye.
Bye.